Step 4, conducting the test. So now that we've got everything hooked up, we've got the flex duct hooked up to the return, we've got all the registers taped shut, and we've got everything hooked up ready to go. We're going to take a look at the gauge and see what needs to be done there. If the gauge has been set up before in advance, or if this test has been run before, everything will be exactly the same way it was before. It will return to all of the settings that you had before. Some of the settings that we'll play with now won't have to be touched once they're set. So the first thing we need to do is to press the on key twice, and we see various things on the screen. So let's just run through the keypad here and see what's important. So the first one on the top left is the mode key. So mode is the one that gives us the results that we want. And in the guide here we have CFM at 25 pascals. So it's already set to that, but if we press mode, we cycle through all of the various options. And in this case, CFM at 25 is one of the options. If at 25 is not there, then we simply press the at key and at 25 appears. So CFM at 25 pascals are the results that we want. We also take a look at time averaging, and it's set to 4 seconds, which is about right. Auto 0 was set on, so that's correct. And the device is set to Retrotec DU200. But if that's not set that way, then we simply press the device key until Retrotec DU200 appears on the bottom right. The range that we've set here is the mid-range, so here it says open. So all we do now is we press range config until mid appears.
Do it.
So now we're going to adjust the speed control knob in order to get some pressure. So we'll just turn the system on, so we've got some power. And you'll notice when I turn the power on, the status light is flashing. When it's flashing like this, it's saying there's no signal, there's no connection between here and the gauge, which is true. We are doing all of the speed control manually in the simplest way possible. So we'll start easy, we'll get more complicated later. So as we turn this up, you hear the fan start up. If we look down at our gauge, you see there's a pressure that's being created inside the duct system. We're going to turn the speed control up until we hit 25 pascals, which is where we're at right now. It doesn't have to be exact, because we have the at feature on, which means we're extrapolating to 25 pascals. So the gauge is saying, what would the result be if I was at exactly 25 pascals? And right now we're at 24 pascals, and we have a result. 116 CFM at 25 pascals. So we'll just turn it back down again. If we want, we can just simply turn it off over here, and then when we turn it back on, it'll return to the same speed it was at before.